In this episode, I was invited by Mussaw Howard, an ethnic Cherokee, to bring my metal detector and help rule out a suspected Indian burial site from that of an early pioneer stoneworks. Local First Nation members claim many stone piles found in orderly arrangements, especially in association with the 4 cardinal points or the solstice points, are Indian in nature and not pioneer. So how do we prove this? Why would there be stone piles in circles, in grids, on steep hillsides where farming and cultivating is practically impossible? This debate has been going on for years, and one that Mussaw has set out to prove. With my metal detector, I will explore a suspected burial site that contains some possible 80 graves, all in rows of a grid pattern, all equal distance from the other, to see if there is any iron in the ground over this large expanse, to determine who built these. For a site many acres in size, containing over 80 suspected graves, if pioneer in origin, there should be lost horseshoes, horseshoe nails, horse tack, or even buttons, as the undertaking is massive. Why pile so many stones in a grid and not in a wall? If no iron is found and no traces of pioneer artifacts are found, these sites, and this one in particular, are then logged and registered on a national database for inclusion for protection. We finished the day by detecting a flat below the site where a home once stood. Stay tuned.
That'll help.
Got a special treat. And we are history hunting, but we are Native American history hunting, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm here with a bunch of folks here, and everyone's a professional in their own field. And we're going to be doing some investigation subsurface and above ground. So tell us about yourself.
Yeah, basically I'm an American Indian researcher. I've authored several books. I teach at Shepherd University on American Indian burial practices. And basically the reason I'm here today is because this gentleman called me or contacted me and said, you know, I've got some really unique looking stone mounds, and there was close to 100 of them. And because of that, of course, that piqued my interest. We're about 90% convinced the origin is American Indian, simply because of their compass orientation is northeast to southwest. They have a lot of characteristics of a typical American Indian burial site. However, this is why I assembled this team together today, is to rule either it is an American Indian site, or if we find a lot of British artifacts up there, we have to rethink it. So we're just here on a fact-finding mission, and I'm also here to record the site officially, hand that off to Dr. Curtis Hoffman, who's an archaeologist, and he'll put it in his database of different burial sites.
All right, very good.
If you look, see, you'll go bang, bang, bang. They just keep,
Yeah, I can see them all the way up through there.
Okay, and every row you get is like that, and they go in rows like this. It's like military style, and they're about 20 to 30 feet apart from each other. So if you stand on any pile and look in almost in a clock direction of like this way, or even on an angle, you'll see them go that way.
Man, they're all up through there.
There's like 100 of them. As soon as the snow hit, I'm like, I walked through here and never noticed them. Never been looking, but in the winter, when there's snow on them, they just,
yeah,
you know.
And Mesa, may I ask what all tributes you're putting on here so we know?
To honor the ancestors' lives, we leave tobacco as a gift, as a present for us to be allowed to be here. And we burn sage. Sage purifies. So we're basically purifying the site. And I'll say a prayer in Cherokee that will basically let the ancestors know we're here. We have good intentions. We're not here to disturb, We're here to tell about their lives and celebrate their lives. We come in peace, ancestors. We ask your permission to be at your sacred site. We come to celebrate your lives. We come to record your lives. And we come to protect your lives and your burial sites. Walk with us as we learn about your lives. And we ask for your friendship. Aho. Wonderful. Okay, so we can start recording the site and we can start researching. Please keep in mind, we don't dig anything into the mounds. If it's around the mound, that's fine, okay? But we're going to start clearing some of the mounds off, and we're also going to be looking for rock art effigies, what we call portable rock art. There might be images of birds or deer or something like that. So we're looking for evidence of rock art effigies. So look carefully at the rocks. There's approximately 85 burials here. In the meantime, we're going to measure the site in all 4 directions, okay? And then we're going to record this, and then this will be listed in the National Registry of American Indian Sites. And then we're going to take the next step to try to find ways to protect this land so that it can never be developed.
All right, you guys, I got my small 6-inch coil because we're going to be moving around these rock piles here. And what we're looking for is anything that may show British occupation, like are these the graves of British soldiers from when Braddock's army came through here. So we think they're Native American. We're not going to touch the rock piles. We're not even going to mess with those. We're actually going to, some of the folks here are going to rebuild them. But we're here to do an investigation on eliminating anything that could be evident of European construction. I dug that hole. I went down about 12-14 inches and the sound just petered completely out. There was nothing there. And right now the site is very, very quiet. It's just dead quiet. All around these stone piles, it's dead quiet. So far, none of us found anything other than shotgun slugs. We have not found anything. Very likely that this is Native American, absolutely. And that's what we're here to investigate and here to solve. All right, my best signal today is a hot rock. And it is crazy at how this sounds. I'm gonna put it right there. Look at that. That's what they call a hot rock. And right now, it's the only thing I have found in here that hasn't been a bullet or a shotgun slug. It's very interesting. All right, let's keep going. And these stone piles, I mean, they're really defined. There's one there, and I'm surrounded by them. There's one right there. And there, where they're staying. There, I see them everywhere. I mean, they're literally about every 25, 30 foot from each other, all around me here. They're everywhere. It is very peculiar. And what I told these guys, I said, if you know, pioneer settlers put them in here, they would have had wooden sleds. They would have thrown the rocks on, and they would have taken the rocks to an area and then piled them, and then eventually would have made a fence line out of them. But you know, these stone piles, they're every 30 feet, about every 30 feet apart, just as far as I can see, and they're all like this. What Native Americans did this. This was before Christopher Columbus. No doubt in my mind. I think these are probably the woodland period Indians, which, you know, could be anywhere from 1200 AD to, you know, 3,000 or 4,000 BC. All right, I'm here with Matthew Massaw, and he found some nutting stones, you call them?
Actually, Eric Robinson here found it and brought me over. But yeah, this is basically a nutting stone where they would have started out. This is a smaller one right here where they put walnuts, acorns, chestnut, hickory, and then they smash it with a hammerstone. And over time, those shells grind down into this sandstone. Sandstone is very soft, but this is a larger one here where they could have used multiple nuts or berries or other things. But this is evidence of Native American activity here in these two nutting stones. So this is definitely hard evidence that I've been looking for, because there's no cliffs that they could have carved petroglyphs or anything like that. But also straight across here where these gentlemen are, if you see that skinny stone sticking out, that was carved of that rock pile to the left of those gentlemen. That is a serpent head. A lot of times they would put heads on top of these mounds to give them the appearance of an animal effigy, as well as for burial practicality. So we have a serpent head, and that is very much an Indian activity. So we're now finding actual tangible evidence of this being an American Indian site.
I'd mentioned in one of my clips that it was probably a woodland period.
Yeah. Well,
and what time frame are we talking about here?
1,500 years ago. Although some of these mounds are sunk down further, they also have more compost built up on and around them, which means as the leaves fall, the sticks build up, etc., they start to swallow these mounds. And the mounds that are deeper down in the ground are earlier mounds. And then the mounds that are sticking up on top and taller would have been the latest. But this would have been multi-generational, probably 6-7 generations. You're talking, you know, 1,500 BC actually. We're definitely Hopewell. This is a Mississippian Adena practice as well, so they're just extending that culture into this area.
Wow. All right, you guys, still haven't found anything more than bullets, and this will probably be my last clip from up here. And then we're going to go down into the valley, and we're going to look for evidences of General Braddock's forces moving down through that valley. But all right, you guys, I'm with the crew.
Yeah. I see it.
You think it's a buckle?
I think so.
Could be. We are down where General Braddock's troops went up through. We're just fiddling. Then there's lots of high signals. But I think I found something good. Of course, it might not be so good. Those brass. We think this is...
It's like a bridle hook.
Bridle hook, yep.
Or back buckle.
The question is, how old? Is it General Braddock old? Probably not, but it could be. Yeah, I mean, it's brass, and it's got a good patina on it. And, you know, I mean, who knows? Yeah, look at that. Well, you know, we may have found an old house site.
Well, this bank was taken, see how high it is? This was all taken down to the creek.
Okay.
Pushed down last year.
So, you know, I didn't get your name, so you're going to have to stick...
Stefan.
Stefan, that's right. Stefan.
Put that in your little...
Yeah, you can put there. And your son is...
I'm Noah.
Noah. Stefan and Noah. And he found this lantern top right there. That's pretty cool. I can't say that's from General Braddock, but yeah, it could be.
Right, exactly.
But
Very nice.
Native American up there, right?
Absolutely, 100% confirmed now. We have hard evidence, and it's an honor to be there.
Matt, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be in touch. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining us on this episode. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and support it. And I'll bring you, you know, great, interesting things like this. Pull that up. The sun's right behind you, so it's in my eyes. So anyway, I have a couple other sites like this, and I'm having some professionals come and take a look at it. Native Americans, just like you just seen there. And we're going to check them out. I'm going to do videos on them. All right? We'll catch you guys on the next episode.